Hello, dear DSC candidates. Welcome back to my Grammar for Success channel. I'm Koresh Babu, a retired lecturer in English from Hyderabad. In this video, I'm going to give you a small test of multiple choice questions on language-related disorders part 1. I request all of you to solve this exercise without fail. Before you solve this exercise, I request all of you to watch the content video of language related disorders part 1 thoroughly well. Only after that you can solve this exercise and then there will be no mistakes at all. Please watch the part 1 content video twice or thrice so that you can have a thorough grip on that matter. Okay, and now let us look at the questions given in this exercise. Come on. Multiple choice questions. Okay, and here, first question. Dyspraxia primarily affects a person's ability to, what are the options given here? Read fluently, plan and coordinate physical movement, see clearly, solve math problems. Okay, you go to the second question. Which of the following is a common symptom of dysgraphia? Difficulty with speech sounds, illegible handwriting, trouble recognizing faces, repetitive speech patterns. Now, let's move on to other questions. Third question. Dyslexia most commonly affects mathematical reasoning, physical coordination, reading and spelling, hearing ability. Go to the fourth question. Specific language impairment, SLI, is best described as a speech delay due to hearing loss, language difficulties not caused by another condition, an inability to understand facial expressions, a form of autism. Now you move on to other questions. Fifth question. Executive function disorder impacts an individual's ability to read and write, organize, plan and manage tasks, interpret visual cues, understand verbal language. Sixth question. Which behavior is typical in a child with ADHD? You know what ADHD is. Slow, calculated movements, poor memory recall, poor attention to details, lack of social interaction. Seventh question. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, affects only speech production, only motor skills, social interaction, communication and behavior, visual acuity. Eighth question. Visual processing disorder means a child may struggle with seeing objects clearly, understanding and interpreting visual information, maintaining eye contact, reading lips. Ninth question. Expressive language disorder affects a child's ability to understand what others say, speak clearly and fluently, write essays, follow social rules. 10th question. Receptive language disorder affects understanding spoken or written language, the production of speech, handwriting skills, reading speed. 11th question. Mixed receptive expressive language disorder affects reading and math, hand coordination, vision and hearing, both understanding and producing language. 12th question. Fine motor skills are involved in running and jumping, listening and remembering, grasping small objects and writing, verbal reasoning. 13th question. A child with dyspraxia might have difficulty with solving equations, following directions, holding a pencil, singing songs. 14th question. Which is a red flag? Red flag, in other words, a warning signal. You know very well. For dysgraphia, what is the red flag for dysgraphia? So here are the options given. Difficulty reading others' handwriting, holding a pencil too tightly, problems understanding grammar, reversing letters while reading. So these are the options. You move on to other questions. 15th question. Children with dyslexia often struggle with comprehending visual patterns, correct letter formation, reading fluently and decoding, gross motor skills. 16th question. A hallmark feature of executive function disorder is, what is the hallmark feature of this executive function disorder? Poor hearing, difficulty transitioning between tasks, visual impairment, advanced vocabulary. 17th question. ADHD often appears in adults only, elderly patients only, childhood often before age 12, newborns. So at this point you should understand, because I could not give almost all the points about each and every disorder. So one or two points might be missing, so they can be covered in these questions. Okay, and here ADHD often appears in whom? Adults only, elderly patients, childhood often before age 12, newborns. So in whom does this ADHD occur or appear? You try to answer this question. Otherwise, you go to the last slide where you can find the answer for this question. Right. And here, 18th question. Which disorder is not primarily a language-based disorder? Receptive language disorder, autism spectrum disorder, expressive language disorder, specific language impairment. 19th question. A child with a visual processing disorder might not see colors correctly, have 20 by 20 vision, but struggle to recognize patterns, confuse left and right due to muscle weakness, have poor auditory memory. 20th question. Which of the following is typical for children with ASD? Repetitive behaviors and difficulty with social cues, trouble forming letters, slow reaction time, poor sense of direction. Now you move on to other questions. 21st question. Mixed receptive expressive language disorder may cause difficulty using and understanding language, trouble with gross motor coordination, poor attention to visual stimuli, muscle weakness. Go to the 22nd question. Fine motor delays may affect a student's ability to listen attentively, kick a ball, zip a jacket, or use scissors, understand body language. 23rd question. ADHD is typically treated with, how is this ADHD disorder treated with? Physical therapy, stimulant medications and behavior therapy, eye surgery, language immersion programs. Go to the last but one question. Executive function skills are essentially for sound discrimination, complex thinking and goal setting, tactile sensitivity, muscle development. The last question of this exercise is 25th one. Which condition may co-occur with any of the others listed here? ADHD, fine motor delay, autism, all of the above. Okay, with this small exercise will come to an end. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you are all going to solve this exercise without fail. And remember, before you solve this exercise, please go through the content video on language related disorders part 1. So if you can watch that video twice or thrice, you can keep all the points in your mind, then you can easily solve this exercise. And now let's move on to look at the answers for all these 25 questions. These are the answers for the questions from 1 to 10. These are the answers for the questions from 11 to 20. These are the answers for the questions from 21 to 25. So these are all the answers for the questions that I have given you in this exercise. Please, first of all, you try your best to answer these questions on your own. If you cannot answer any one of them, leave it, and then you go to this last slide, and you can find here the answers for all these questions, and you can check your answers with these answers. Okay, and with this video comes to an end. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hello dear DSC candidates, thank you so much for watching this video, which consists of 25 questions, multiple choice questions. I hope you are all going to answer all these questions. But remember, before you answer these questions, please ensure that you have watched the content video on language related disorders part 1 twice or thrice. Okay, only after watching that video thoroughly well you can answer these questions. And just now on some channel I have heard that your DSC notification is going to be released sooner or later. Let us hope for its early release of notification. Okay, and with another beautiful video I shall be back to you. Until then, bye, see you, all of you.